That's true. Nothing of importance. Hey, welcome back, everybody, to Pokemon from scratch. So we're building a Pokemon Go account from scratch. Yesterday we got to level 8. Today I'm showing some videos. The video playing right now is me doing a very small raid with the new account. I've already spun 5 Pokestops to complete the quest, and now I'm kind of cheating a bit. I got my wife to back me up on this timber raid, and we're gonna go in and take this timber down. So here we go. All right. There's the Timber. Timber, I like Timber. He's got a lot of attitude. I like when he gives you the taunt, like, come on, let's do this. Look at that. He does a little flex, but of course, he's no match for my Cherim. Or is it the Chandelure? I don't know. I think it's a Cherim. The Cherim is giving him the business. And then he just, oh, he's like getting you know, I like Timber because it becomes a really powerful Pokemon. So it becomes a powerful Pokemon. So I like it. I like to do those raids, even with my big account. I like hitting those raids up because I think it becomes a Crocodile or something like that, which is, you know, awesome. Here again, the AR is haunting me, telling me what to do with my life, and then I go to catch the Timber with a sloppy catch. So here we go. I got to give it a berry. I'm like, it has question marks in its CP, you know? Probably super powerful. With the question marks, you always think, like, oh man, what's it going to be? It's going to be super powerful. All right. So I also cleared a quest by using berries there. That's cool. And then we caught a Timber. New Pokedex entry. That's awesome. And check out these IVs. We're going to talk about this tonight. IVs. See, now that we're in a gym, we get to rate these Pokemon. And if you can't guess, having full bars down there almost is pretty good. So let's jump right into it. We got the account here. Let's go. Let's go and play some Pokemon Go. Yeah, 3 stars is very nice. Okay, so here we are in the account. Now, what I did is I sent out a little message on Twitter, and I said, "Hey, add the baby account. Add the baby account so we can get some friends. We can level up our with our XP. So let's take a look. We looks like we got 9 friends already. Sweet. So we're gonna accept all these friends. And again, if you're starting your own account, you definitely want to get some friends. Okay, having friends to send gifts to also get gifts from, and also the XP. You get 3,000 points for every first gift that you open or the first interaction you have with friends. And in those early rounds, when you're ranking up early, that's really important. And then later, even let's send some gifts out because we have some gifts. And the sooner you empty your gifts, the better, because um, when you're out of gifts, your buddy brings you gifts. So it's always good to get your gifts out there. Also, it's kind of like being a good human. You want to send people gifts. You don't want to be the person who doesn't send gifts. I feel really bad on my main account because I have like 200 friends on there, and I cannot send out 200 gifts. I just can't do it. It would be like a full-time job to do that. I mean, you know, so I can't do it. But on this account, a little bit more manageable. We can send gifts to all our friends. We'll get those out, and then they may send us some gifts as well. And that's the good way to start it off. You send them a gift, they send you a gift, and then uh, you open it and you get 3,000 points. So I can't wait to start talking about IVs. We're going to talk about that in a minute. IV stands for independent value. As far as I understand, individual values, independent values. I don't know exactly what the I stands for, but it basically means how strong your Pokemon is. Okay, that's just like the layman's terms, and there's a lot of detail there. Okay, so gifts are all sent. All of our friends are. We have 11 friends now. That's sweet. So the next thing we want to do is let's look at our field research. It looks like we finished one, so we're gonna check it off and get our 500 dust. So we have another open slot in case we score another one. And then we'll look at our special researches here, and it looks like, so here we got a Transfer 5 Pokemon, which we're going to do tonight. Individual value. Okay, individual value. So we're going to clear these two pages in these researches tonight, which will be cool. We'll get some XP, we'll get some cool gifts, and then and that kind of thing. But before we do that, let's talk about IVs, or how do you rank your Pokemon? How do you know if your Pokemon's strong, if you should keep it, if you should power it up, this kind of stuff. So we have a whole bunch of Pokemon here. Ooh, wait a second. Free gift. Boom. All right, so we snagged it. Snagged the free gift. Here's a bunch of Pokemon. You saw in the raid video that I looked at it. I hit this appraise button and I looked at this. Now, each of these bars represents a number. So when you see that they're subdivided by two little bars, I guess you'd call it, there's basically three columns there. Each column is 5 points, okay? So the attack on this timber is plus 15, okay? The defense is plus, I'm going to say that's like 13. I think it's plus 13 there. And then the HP is another plus 15. Okay, the best Pokemon you can get is all red bars, okay? And when they're all red, the 3 stars will then be red, and that's considered a 4-star Pokemon. So that's like the best one you can get. That's what they call 100%, okay? 100%er. This one I think is a 96%, okay? Because we've got a 13 right there, so we're missing 2 points, which factors out to be 96%. The way that I understand that you get that is basically each of these are 15, because remember each column or whatever is 5 points, so that's 15, 30, 45. So right now we have a 43 out of 45, which I believe is a 96%. Okay, is that right? 30. Let's see, that's 30, 43. Yeah. So we got a 43. If we had it one more, it would be a 44 out of 45. And then 45 out of 45 is 100%. So that's what you're looking for. So now I'm going to scoot to the next. We see that we have this Mincino, which is kind of middling, you know. It's a 1-star, not very good. I'm going to just pass on it. I'm not going to, the way that I keep these is I'll just hit a star on the ones that the IV makes sense for me. So we'll just go through checking them out. I'm used to looking at this value, so I'm just going to go pretty fast here. And I'm going to stop and I'm going to star that. Why would I do that? Why would I star this one? It has no attack. It has plus 0 attack. Well, this is the tricky part about IVs and knowing if your Pokemon is powerful. There's a couple ways to use Pokemon in Pokemon Go. The first way is you can just have them, you know, like I was showing you. It's my collection. These are the ones I have and power up and whatever. Make my buddy or however you want to do it. You can own them. You can trade them, okay, with other trainers. So you could do that. You can, so some Pokemon might have more trade value or whatnot. Then you can battle with them. You can battle with them in raids, like you saw my little Cherim taking down that timber, okay? Or you can battle with them versus players, okay? So for raids, we really care about having a maxed out Pokemon. We care about having as many stars and as many of these bars filled, okay? So if you want your Pokemon to fight in a raid, you want full power, okay? If you want your Pokemon to fight other players, there's a cap, okay, which introduces all this super weird stuff, okay? There's a cap on how big your Pokemon can be with CP. So you see my Pokemon is a CP 47 Pokemon. There are 2 leagues that you can battle other players in. There's 3, but there's 2 that we're going to talk about right now. There is the Great League, which is 1500 CP limit, meaning that your Pokemon can only be 1500 CP or below. And then you have a Ultra League, which is 2500 CP limit. So 2500 CP and below. And then there's the Master League, which is no limit. So those are going to be the same Pokemon that you raid with, the same ones that you're wanting the 100% for, that kind of stuff. So for the Ultra League and the Master League, things get weird because the goal isn't to get a 100% Pokemon. The goal is to get the Pokemon with the most stats in the CP. That's the best way I can describe it. So each of these bars make your CP higher, and attack makes your CP twice as high for every one piece of attack you have in that bar. So right now I have 0 attack in this bar. When you have 1 attack, it bumps the CP twice as much as it would if you have defense. So it makes sense if you're going to try to get as much stats in that CP number as possible, that you're going to want the 2 bottom bars filled and not the top bar, because the top bar will add double the CP, which will get you to that limit faster. You don't want to get to the limit faster. You want to get to the limit as slow as possible, because that means you're going to fit as much stats as possible. This is a really complicated thing to talk about, and it's even more complicated when you start looking at which of these configurations is the better configuration for certain Pokemon. We're not going to go that deep. All I'm going to say is the shape that you want is full bars on the bottom and nothing on the top. Now, there's one common question that comes with this, and what the question is why would you want 0 attack? What you have to remember is these bars are additional stats. Okay, each Pokemon has a base stat, so this Pokemon already has attack. It has a base stat for attacking. Then the IV, the independent or individual values, is the value of that Pokemon. So that means they get additional attack. Okay, so it's not like if you have one of these with 0 attack and you go to battle, you're not going to be able to do any damage. You'll be able to do damage. You'll just be doing damage over. It's going to last longer because it has full defense and full HP, and then it will do its base attack. Whereas if you have full attack, then you can't have full defense or full HP. You have to pick. So what it would probably look like is full attack and then half defense, half HP before you hit the limit, before you hit the cap. And then if you do all of them, so if you go 100% on everything, then it just means you're going to hit the CP limit so much faster with the stats, and it won't max out on the defense stats or anything like that. So this is probably not. I'm trying to stay out of the weeds here and not go super deep. So let me just say the shape. This is the important thing to take away. The most common shape for a PvP Pokemon is the two bottom column, or not columns, but 2 bottom rows full, and then the attack at 0 or very low. So you could have a little bit on attack and then most on the bottom. Just look for that shape, and then you can use an app that will tell you once you have the shape. Like we're going to star this one. We're going to pass on this one because it doesn't have a. Here's this looks like the shape, right? Less attack, more defense, more HP. I'm going to check it. It's probably not good because you want less attack than that, much less. But we're going to check it anyways. And I star those so that I can look them up on the app. There's an app that you can look, and it will tell you, again, more of that shape, but this one looks real bad. But I'm going to star it anyways. It'll tell you how good your Pokemon is. And actually, I could probably show you. Ooh, look at this. Gloom has got some pretty good stats. We'll look at the Gloom. So I'm gonna take a picture of that, and then we'll look at the Gloom. We'll analyze it together, so you can see what the app. The one I use is called Poke Genie, but other people use Calc IV or something like that. If you have an Android, Calc IV is like the go-to. So we're just going to look through these, check them for stats, now that we have access. Again, there's that shape again. More defense, more HP. less attack. Some of these, this one's got a pretty high. Some of these we're going to keep anyways for trade um, or for trade or just because it's a good Pokemon to have, even if the stats are bad. Because what we're going to have to do is, because our account is so young, we're just going to have to use what we have. You know, we can't be picky, right? We can't just delete all our Pokemon. We're going to delete a lot of them, trust me, but we can't just delete them all because we have to have stuff to play with. So even if the Pokemon isn't the best, okay, so that's the end of that. I'm gonna put up our image here so I can pull something up on my phone without. It's kind of nice to have a shade there like that. That's kind of cool. I'm gonna go to Poke Genie, and I'm gonna bring in that. Here we go. Okay, so this is going to be cool. So I'll hide that again. Here is what Poke Genie Poke Genie looks like. So you hit this button up here in the top right, and then you can import a screenshot. Okay, and then when you bring this thing up, it has a bunch of ratings, right? This looks all super fancy, doesn't it? Here, this one says that this Gloom is a 0 attack IV, okay, a 14 defense, and a 7 stamina. Which would make, see the little blue ribbon? It would make a Shadow 99-4 in the Great League. Okay? That's awesome. That's like really great. And when it has the shadow thing next to the Vileplume there, it means that you don't want to purify it because the shadow has more damage. Okay? So shadow has more damage. So this is a great Pokemon. This is something that we're going to want to save and work up to. We're going to want to get this Vileplume in our repertoire, if you will. Okay, so I'm going to go back, and I'm going to name it 994G. Okay. Let's see. So we'll look for our Gloom. Here it is. I'm going to name it. I always do this underscore to say that it's an evolution, so we'll have to evolve it. And then I'm going to put 994G for the Great League. And there, now I know, it's just stored. I know that this is a really good Pokemon for the Great League. I know that it's like rated 994 and that I have to evolve it. Okay. So the other, there's an Eevee. Let's catch it. We definitely want to catch that Eevee. Oh man, not this this AR thing again. All right, here we go. I'm going to give it a berry because I don't want to really mess around with it. I just want it in my bag. I need some water. Everybody who's watching, I appreciate you stopping by, and I'm looking forward to, this is a little bit of cleanup we're doing on the Pokemon thing. I'm looking forward to catching some Meltons and really looking at what kind of Pokemon we're going to get out of the Meltons. All right. I think we're going to move on from the IV discussion. We can talk more about that later if you guys are interested. So what does purifying do? Okay, purifying does a couple of things. A lot of people do this. This is something for beginners especially. Listen to this, okay? A lot of people purify their Pokemon because it will boost your IVs. Okay, so the first thing it will do is it will give you +2 in all your IV categories. So you'll get +2 attack. It'll max your defense out because we're already at 14 there. And then it'll bring your HP closer to that second bar. So it'll give you 2 more there. So it gives you 2 on each and then more CP. And then you can change the move. I'm pretty sure you can change the move once you purify. A Shadow Pokemon, you cannot change this move, Frustration. You can only do that at certain times. So they'll say, "Oh, you can use a TM to remove frustration on this time." So usually you save these until that time comes, and then you just TM all your frustrations away that you've gathered. But purifying makes it stronger in essence. But look at the bonus. So the Shadow bonus gives you +2 attack on each move. So that's cool. You want to keep that Shadow bonus, and a lot of times that will make the Pokemon more it'll make it attack for more, and you want that. You don't necessarily want to um, purify them. Okay, so we caught the let's oh we just caught the Eevee. Let's check its stats. Stats are pretty meh. Okay, so the next thing we want to do, we got some gifts. Let's collect those gifts up. That's nice. Some people sent us gifts. We're gonna look at we just leveled up, level 10. This is awesome. We got a whole bunch of goodies in level 10, and then that means we can battle league, which we're not gonna do, but we can if we wanted to. This is an evolution. Because it's an evolution, it gives you more candy. So if you wanted to hit it with a Pineapp Berry, we don't have any Pinapps, but if we did, we would get double the candy. A lot of times you want to hit the higher evolutions with those Pinapps because they'll give you more candy. See, it's 5 candy instead of 3, so you would get 10 if you hit it with a Pineapp. New Dex entry! Okay. So now we're going to go through and we're going to clean these Pokemon out. I'm just going to do it quickly to make some room for the mountains. And we already looked at all these, so, there's no need to... And this is how you can clear them out, just one by one like this. There's really no need to... And you see, when I'm hitting the stars, it's being like, I'm going to keep some of these Pokemon for trade. Because I wouldn't mind getting a lucky of some of these. And I'll explain the ones I kept in a minute. So I'm just sorry I'm not looking at the screen. I'm not looking at you directly. But those who are watching, appreciate you stopping by. We're just hanging out. We're creating a Pokemon Go account from scratch. So this is just a beginner account. We started yesterday. We're on level 10 today, which is big game in my opinion. Let's keep going. I'm going to keep that Shelmet. I'll explain in a minute why. Okay, so we got 49 Pokemon that we're going to send over to the professor. I'm just going to look them over real quick just to make sure that I didn't check any that I wanted to not check. Oh man, I messed it all up. It's because I messed with this thing right here. You got to be careful of that. Yeah, most of these are good. The thing is like as we're leveling up, we're just gonna get better Pokemon. It's just gonna happen. So you don't want to like hold on to like Pokemon thinking, oh, I'm never gonna get a better one. So we're gonna send those off, and then what we have left, we also cleared some of these tasks, transfer 5, which is great because we're gonna clear those pages as well. So a lot of these I kept, like the Eevees, I'd like to trade and get a lucky one. When you trade, you get a chance of getting a lucky trade. A lucky trade makes all those IVs at least 12. So the base stat you can get is an 80%, 12, 12, 12, 12 with a lucky trade. So a lot of times I'll just trade a bunch of Pokemon back and forth with my wife or with someone who wants to trade and we'll try to get luckies. And you want luckies on stuff you're going to use in raid attacks, right? Because you're not going to get a good PvP IV score with a lucky trade. Though it does happen in trades sometimes, you'll get a good PvP IV. Sometimes that happens. So I kept Eevee for that, and then same thing with C Dot. These I want to swap with people, the Shelmets, because you get a free evolution. So like if I were to swap this with you, we would trade it. It would cost us 100 dust, but we would evolve it for free, and that's a free 1,000 points. So for 100 dust, you get 1,000 XP, essentially. And you get a chance at a lucky trade. Maybe you'll hit a lucky, and you'll get like 100% one of these or something. And it's the same thing with Carablast. So I'm keeping those to trade, to swap, so that I can get those free evolutions and, just fulfill medals and get the free points. So, all right, so that's done. So we have a couple of things here. We now can battle if we wanted to. We don't have the Pokemon to battle, so we're not going to, but we could. Okay, that unlocked. We also, let's see if we unlocked. Okay, there's a I really hope we didn't miss Jumpstart. If there, I hope we can get the Jumpstart field research. Okay, because that would be great. That one gives you a Dragonite and tons of XP. It's such a good field research. Anyways, I think my question is, do we claim this stuff or do we hunt for Meltons? I think we're going to claim it. It takes like 1 minute. Let's claim it so that if there's anything we can complete by hunting for Meltons, we can complete it. I'm going to talk about the Melton thing in a second. So I'm not using a lucky egg. I don't even know if I have one, but these are such low XP rewards that we don't want to lucky trade those. I mean, we don't want to lucky egg those. But you do want to lucky egg the jumpstart if you ended up with the jumpstart research. So we're just jamming through this. I don't really read this stuff. It'll tell you what you have to do here. Earn 2 candies, make 10 great throws, hatch 3 eggs. Okay. See, like things like earning the candy, I'm going to have to do off stream because I'm going to have to walk, do a walk and earn some candies with like a Pokemon that gives candy when you walk it. All of them give candy, but some of them give candy for shorter distance. You want to find one that does it with 1K distance. All right, so we have earn 2 candies, same thing, make 10 great throws. These are the same exact thing, so we got to do that. Evolve 2 Pokemon, we're not ready for that right now. All right, the next thing is the Meltan Box. Let's talk about it. Okay, let's talk about the Meltan Box. The Meltan Box is something you can get from having a Nintendo Switch. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and the Let's Go Pikachu or Let's Go Eevee game, in the game you can pair the game with your account. And then you can send a Pokemon from your Pokemon Go account to your Switch. When you do that, they give you this box, this mysterious or mystery box. When you open it, you get Meltons, okay? We're going to do that. And Melton is really great because it is a mythical Pokemon that actually gives you a really strong attacker for gyms. It's a strong attacker for PvP and those kind of things. To evolve it, you need 400 candy, which means we're going to have to do this box a couple of times because we're probably going to get about 50 Meltons, 60 Meltons out of this, which then means 60 times 3 is, 120, 180, 180 candies, and then the 1 candy you get for transferring them. So even if you transferred all 59, so that would be 180 plus 59, 239. That's not 400. So we'll have to do this at least twice. And then maybe if you didn't get a good one, you're going to want to do it more, and you're going to want more candies because you're going to want to evolve and power up the one you get. So let's start hunting some Meltons. I think I did everything else. Yeah, let's go for it. Here it comes. Opening the Meltan Box. It's like an incense. I thought about doing an incense too, but I think that would tax my Pokeballs too much. 147. What do I have? Yeah, I only have 147 Pokeballs. This is another thing. If you have Pinapps, it's much better because you can hit these things and get double the candy. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to check them in between because it takes like a minute for another one to spawn, or a little less than a minute. And I don't want to... Cleaning these out afterward is tough because you can't select them like I did those other ones. Just select, transfer. You have to transfer them one at a time because they're a mythical Pokemon. So I might as well get that work done now because I don't want to gum up the... All right. This one's going to be a little bit harder to catch. So how was your day? How did everyone do today? Did you relax? Did you chill out with family? I think some people worked probably. Praise it. A little bit of... It's got that shape. I'm going to keep it. I'll check it later. A little bit of a shape. I think I'm thinking about like jumping in and doing other stuff while this stuff is spawning. Like my friends, like I don't really want to waste the spawn because sometimes they'll spawn and then you're like doing something else. But like there's some people who sent us gifts which we can go and open, see how our gifts did. You finished organizing your 15-year-old iTunes music library. Man, what does it look like to organize that? Are you like deleting stuff, or that's nuts, man. We're gonna transfer this one. I can't believe you stuck with iTunes the whole time. I had a pretty huge iTunes library for a long time, and then it just started getting really weird and hard to manage. I just Spotify everything that I want to hear. Um, I stopped like buying music. Also, now that I'm older, I don't really listen to that much music. Um, it's just weird. It's not as important as it was to me. Music used to be really important to me, but now it's just less important. I don't understand. I don't know. Maybe it's because like the music had more to do with like shaping my ideals back then. So it was like I had a bond, like a mental bond with it, And now I have like my own ideals, and like I don't know. I'm not sure. It's good. It's a good thinking question. One file. Oh, it's five different full. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I have the same kind of stuff where I have like multiple hard drives that have like all this information on but someday I'm supposed to sit down and like get all those hard drives organized. It will never happen. It will never I will never organize that data. Oh, whoops, we're going to supposed to check that. Let's check out our stats on that one. Ooh. That one's pretty strong. It's funny, on a new account you kind of take what you can get. You're like, oh man, if that was my other account I would have transferred that instantly. I would have been like, where's my 100%? I need 100%. Or oh, maybe I will run an instance with this as well. we need like a we need like a fun stream game we can do while we're catching Meltons, because this, at least with the incense, you kind of have like the possibility. Oh, that was almost like a 0%er. You have a possibility of getting some kind of shiny or something like that. Um, it's like with this, it's oh, that doesn't look good. I think eventually we'll have like things that'll break up the monotony, like raid invites and stuff like that. Um, right now, we cannot be any help in a raid, but there may be times where someone will carry us. Like my wife did with the Timber raid. 5 different laptops with music libraries. Yeah. No, thank you, man. No, thank you. The thing, one of the things I have to clean out the most right now, digitally, is two things. Now that I've been playing a lot of Pokemon Go, my my iPhotos, right? Because I have like infinite screenshots of like stats because I check them with that app, which is silly. But also beyond that, is Evernote. I use Evernote a lot, and I've been using it for years, and so I have so many notes and so much information stored there. I have to clean that out. It's there's so many in the uncategorized section. It's just like stresses me out. Let's see, appraise, transfer. I was gonna say trash, but I didn't want to say that because I felt bad. I didn't want to be like, "You're trash, sir." So I was like, switch it up to transfer. You feel bad, right? But you're sending them to the professor for research. I just picture the professor as just like completely buried in Meltons right now. Gotta get the tunes back. Yeah, yeah, I understand. I understand, man. There was a musician that I enjoyed, John Mark McMillan, John Mark McMillan, I think. He's a worship. I guess you could classify his music as worship. It's really good. I was undecided on this guy. I wasn't sure. Yeah, this one's better. So we're gonna send this one out. Sailing the seven seas. I just had a I just had a big Twitter conversation. Well, not really a conversation. The professor, yeah. What am I supposed to do with all these subpar Meltons? Well, he's learning a bunch of stuff from the Meltons I'm sending him. I'm sure he needs my help to send him more Meltons. Um, I I just had this big debate. I don't know if it was a big debate, but I asked the question. Somebody told me we were talking about proxies in Magic the Gathering. I know this is a Pokemon Go stream, but there's not a lot happening in the Pokemon Go thing right now. We're just catching. So we'll talk about this proxy situation. Um, so there's a big debate about whether you should use proxies, which is for those who are watching that are just play Pokemon Go and don't know anything about Magic. Um, a proxy is a card that you use instead of using a real card. You use a card that stands in as proxy. Something you've written on or drawn on, or you printed out a copy of the card and stuck it on top of another card or something. So it's so that people can play the game without spending all the money on the cards. And in the Magic community, there's this bit of this attitude that we got the 10 steel types. There's this attitude that, like, if you didn't pay for the card, you don't deserve to play, you know? And I understand the attitude. I know, hey, look, if you paid for something and someone else doesn't pay, it feels kind of bad sometimes for some people. For me, I don't care. If you pay or not, I prefer that you do what you got to do with your life, You can pay for the cards or you can build proxies. I really don't think they're mutually exclusive either. I think that people who use proxies also pay for cards. So some people want to make it mutually exclusive, like, oh man, if they use proxies, they'll never buy the cards, which I don't agree with. Anyways, we were talking about pirating on the seven seas with music, and somebody said using proxies is like pirating music. And so there was a big debate on Twitter of whether this is true or not. And it's interesting. There's a lot of people who fall on both sides. I find it really interesting. Some people have this idea. Some people have this weird idea where it's like, I'm sorry for calling it weird, by the way, but it's strange to me. Is like if you own one copy of the card, then you can proxy it for multiple decks. But it's like, why? Why draw the line? Okay, you're going to draw a line and say, no, you got to pay to play. The cost of playing is paying for the cards, right? But why couldn't it be like the cost of playing with multiple decks is paying for the cards multiple times? Why is one enough to satisfy? I don't know. That's interesting, right? I really don't know. I don't know why it's one is enough. Or I don't even know if it should be like, hey, one's not enough. Buy as many copies as you have decks. It's it's one of those questions that make me just want to pick some brains. Like what, you start to think about it, and it's a weird thing. Like, okay, you didn't pay for the card, so I don't want you to be able to experience playing with the card. Why not? Like, why? I don't understand. Why? Why is it important? Why is buying the card more important than playing with the card? Right? Like, it just, I don't know. It makes me think, like, where does that kind of thinking come from? The only thing I can do is like relate it. The only thing I can do is like relate it to, I paid for it, so I want you to pay for it. And I think that's fair. Like, I think it's a fair way to be. You could be like, look, I want what's fair. I paid, you pay. Um, but the deeper, there's so much more depth that comes with this. because I really think that like for proxies, for those who are joining us, we're not talking about Pokemon Go. Sorry, we're talking about proxies in Magic the Gathering. Well, we catch Meltons and try to find 100% Melton. Um, but one of the things that I find interesting is that a lot of what ties people to the game of Magic the Gathering and many games is the community, right? I like the Pokemon Go community. I think it's very cool. The people that I raid with are locals, and I never seen them because we just raid from our cars, but I like them. They're very. You could tell their manners, right? Because of how raids. Because raids, like organizing raids, is kind of a pain in the butt sometimes. You have to wait till everyone is in position, and different people have different things going on, so sometimes they don't make it. And like, you know, I'm gonna keep this guy for now. And so like the people who like, there's some people who might be like rude and be like, look, if you can't make it, you're not going to be in the raid. There's other people who try to like make sure everyone is getting to have a good experience by waiting for people, trying to open up different avenues to get invites out to them. Just a lot of kindness is being shown in the community, which I appreciate. But all that to say that communities are what drive engagement and investment, right? People are not going to want to invest in a game unless they feel it's worth their time. Very little, in my experience, okay, this is all anecdotal. Very little games actually are worth the price. Oh, wait, no, I didn't even appraise it. What if this is 100%? Oh, that would have been hilarious. I'm going to keep that one, though. Very little games are worth the price of admission without external factors. You know, a lot of times enjoying a game is also about enjoying people with the game. I'm talking about multiplayer games, stuff that you play with people. Now, I'm not talking about like Dark Souls, right? It's a good game, you play it, you enjoy it. You don't have to play that with people, but like card games, you know, it's rare that someone is playing Magic the Gathering just because they just adore the mechanics alone. I think a lot of times it's because you get together with your friends or people who have become your friends and you play. And the same thing with Pokemon Go. The raiding, the raid squad, they're depending on you to get in there and raid with them, and you're helping them and they're helping you get the Pokemon you need. It's a fun experience, something you can do communally. And so what this means to proxies, right, is that proxies encourage access, right? They encourage people who don't have the money to buy the cards to play with the cards with people who maybe do have the money to buy the cards. Or people who don't want to pay for the cards. You don't have to not have the money to not buy proxy to play with proxies. There are some people who have the money but don't want to spend it on cards, and they play with proxies. So what I think is that this community aspect, like the fact that people who are playing with proxies are engaging with other people, up level 11, nice. The fact that people are engaging in that manner really makes the bridge for them to invest, because as they start to form relationships with the people, that will encourage them to invest deeper in the game that everyone is gathering around. So I think that like people who are like policing proxies and stuff are really could be hurting the community and the ability for it to grow. I also think that people like there's this like give and take here. When you talk about a game, there's an investment that is made, right? So you make an investment financially in the game of Magic, and it kind of makes it so it's harder to get out of the game, because the more money you've put in, the more like desire to get your money's worth out of it there is. And so like also there's this whole idea of like wherever you put your treasure, that's where your heart is at. The Bible says that, but I think it's a true thing of life. You can see whatever you invest in, that's the thing you love. And so when you're investing money in something like Magic the Gathering or other games, it's harder to get out of it because you've already put the money in. You've made the investment, and you've kind of, with the investment, you've put your affections and you've tied other things to it. Um, and so using proxies, now again, I think that people who use proxies also pay for cards. So it's rare that somebody plays with only proxies ever, and that's all they do, right? They started the game without proxies. They probably didn't even know you could proxy something. They bought stuff. So there is some little investment, but let's just pretend that they were like, well, I'm not going to spend another dollar. I'm just going to do proxies for the rest of my Magic playing time, right? Well, what that means is that they're not going to engage or attach to the game as much as somebody who does put the money in, right? But I think that's okay because that person is never going to be the investment. That person's never going to give the investment. And so it's okay for them to come in for a bit, experience the community, and then fall out. That's fine. Like, there should be no reason to be like, I don't think someone comes in, does not make a financial investment, and then stays in the community playing proxies their whole life. I don't think that exists. I don't think you could do that because there's so much importance that's put on cards in the community itself that you will find yourself wanting to invest in cards, and you will. It's just you think about it. Just anybody who's been in that kind of community, there's an investment that's encouraged, right? We're not doing so great on our Meltons, by the way. Everyone who's here for the Pokemon Go, no 100%ers, no very clean PvP IV Pokemon yet. Let's see what Zuko has to say in the chat. Overlap for both music and magic. Suppose the item is out of print, like Black Lotus, or banned, or been out of for 15 years, no albums on Spotify. There's no way to easily access it. Yeah. I hear you on that. It's kind of weird. Like, I don't pirate things. Let's just put it that way. I'm not making any kind of judgments on anybody who does download music or whatever, right? Whatever, okay? But it does create interesting questions. And the reason I say I don't pirate was not like it wasn't a moral stance as much as it was like, I want to introduce this dilemma I had. The same dilemma of, hey, there was a musical group who put out an album, 15 years ago, like an indie album, and nobody, they're not on Spotify. You can't buy it anywhere hardly at all. Maybe at some record store somewhere or whatever. Like, but you can download it. Like, do you download the music? If the band is gone, you can't pay the band. Like, you can't pay the people who have interest. What do you do? And that dilemma was posed to me, not so much with music, because all the bands and music that I've ever wanted, I've, collected over the years, right? So, like, even if they're gone, I still have it because I collected it when it was meaningful to me. And I paid for it then. Not that I haven't downloaded music. Back in the Napster days, I did because I had a different view at that time. But the thing that recently popped up for me was retro video games. So, like, I want to play some of those old games, right? And it's hard because some of them are not in print or don't have any way to, like, get them really without spending lots and lots of money. And so there becomes this weird question, like, how do you, do you just not play the game? Do you download the ROM? Like, what do you do? Like, what's the moral and ethical right thing to do there? For me, it was like I just rather be safe than sorry. I just don't play the game in that case. But I think there is a real good question there. Like, like arcade games is another thing. Like, I went looking, can you buy licenses for old arcade games? Can I go buy Altered Beast, can I buy the Altered Beast arcade license so that I can play the ROM? I want to legally play the ROMs, right? I don't want to illegally play them, but how do I legally do it? You know, do I have to buy an Altered Beast cabinet and then I can download the ROM? Like, or technically, you're not supposed to be able to download the ROM. You're supposed to get the Altered Beast cabinet and then transfer it to the into a ROM. Hey, what's up? Happy, my good friend Nick is in the stream. Good to see you, buddy. How am I only getting Meltan spawns? Okay, let me explain this for those of you who don't understand this. There is a box that you can get by transferring a Pokemon to Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu. So if you have a Nintendo Switch and you have Pokemon Let's Go Eevee or Let's Go Pikachu, you can connect your Switch to, you can see here, it's not here anymore. There used to be a little Switch icon. You can see that you're connected to the Switch. You send a Pokemon into the game, and then they give you a box that opens, and it's basically an incense for Meltan. And you can do that every 3 days. So Nick, I know you have a Switch. I don't know. Do you have Pikachu? Let's go Pikachu. If you don't, I'll loan. Oh, can I loan it to you? I could loan it to you if I have it. I might have it downloaded, but it doesn't matter because that was close. It doesn't matter because we can do it via the cars, right? Like I can bring the Switch over and we can connect. Okay, you have it? Yeah, I'll send you the instructions on how to do it. I'll leave those in the description of the video as well on how to get the Meltan Box. So that you can, for those who are watching on YouTube, so you can also have this fun experience that we're having right now, catching Meltans, talking about pirating music and video games, talking about ethics, things that are important. I still have yet to catch 100% of one of these in my main account. Let's see what's going on with our friends here. We got some gifts. Why don't we open them up? It's like booster packs. Oh, did you like that starter video? That's cool. Thanks, man. Appreciate the feedback. This is day 2 of the brand new baby account, right? So, by the way, if you want to add the baby, if you're watching and you want to add this little baby account to your friend list, you can hit !Pogo FC in the chat and it will give you the friend code. So, Nick, if you want to add it, I understand if you don't. You probably have a bunch of my accounts already on there. You have my account, my wife's, my daughter's. That's totally cool if not. But if you do, ! Pogo FC in the chat, and it'll give you the friend code. Because I'm going to need Nick to carry me in some raids with this baby account. You know, let's be honest. But I'm excited about these Meltans because the Meltans will give us, like I said, it'll give us a Melmetal, which, first of all, looks super gnarly. Second of all, it has some really good moves. Oh, did you see that? That was a critical catch. When the little firework comes out of it and it only shakes like once or twice, that is a critical catch. That means that the Meltan had no way of escaping. That no matter what that Meltan did, we were going to get it. That happens, I think they said like, I don't know. There's some percentage that happens. Dude, look at those 3,000 points. Those 3,000 points are leveling us. So another 3,000 points in our Meltan catches will take us to level 12. So we'll probably close level 12 tonight, which will be cool. And then the big climb begins, you know. I think it's going to be rough because I didn't see that we got the jump start. I'm going to look that up, by the way. Let me see if that's not available anymore. Jumpstart research. Okay. Oh man, that's a sad. Oh, that's so sad. Okay, I'll talk about that in a minute. So I looked up. Let's transfer this. We're falling behind on our catches here. We got to maximize. So I looked up Lead Duck. By the way, if you don't know who Lead Duck is or this website. This website's great. I'm going to put it in the chat for those who are watching. Leaduck is really great for like talking about everything Pokemon Go. They always have these great graphics and stuff like that. Really cool stuff. But it says this special research was available in summer of 2019 and available again until July 8th, 2020. For those who missed it last year. So we missed it. It was July 8th. So the climb is going to be so much harder without this. But with the jumpstart was crazy. You would get like 15,000 XP for the first page and a Dratini, which makes a Dragonite, 15,000 dust. So, I mean, if you click that link, you can see what I'm talking about. It was savagely good. And so wish I had started this in July because this would have been way easier that way. Get ready for some grinding. All right? Get ready for some grinding. We're going to have to do some smart stuff. We're going to have to get more friends on our friends list because we're going to need all those friend bonuses to get us to the next level. One of these things was 30,000 XP times 4. So that's 120,000 XP. Like, and the last one gave you 200,000 XP. And with lucky eggs, can you imagine with the lucky eggs, that's 400,000. Whew. Yeah. I'm so sad we missed that. Ooh, look at that Meltan. That Meltan hit some levels. Man, the sadness. Oh well, we missed it. There's nothing we can do. We got to move on with life. All right, come on, Meltan, get in there. So we'll be making it to level 12. Pretty excited about that. I don't know what's next. So this is as far as I planned, was level 10. I planned on getting the Meltan Box going so we can get a Melmetal. We can do that again in 3 days to farm these things. But I was hoping to get that research. Now that research is out of play, we got to come up with a new strategy for leveling up. Because we cannot like languish in these like lower ranks. We want to get as fast as we can. We want to get to level 30 as fast as we can. So that's the goal. Let's see what's going on here. I haven't set any rules about spending money. I personally don't want to spend money. I don't have a budget for spending money. But if the stream started to get, some traction and people wanted to send in some money to help the account, then, maybe we can spend some money on getting lucky eggs and other things. But I'm going to try to plan to do it without money because that's not a guaranteed thing. So my buddy Nick just joined us. We're going to send him a gift like a good human, get it over there, do our friendly duty. As long as we have gifts, we'll send them over. Hey, if we run out of gifts and we have more friends, then it's just going to be a big bummer. And it's good that we're getting friends right now because at some point, we're going to stop leveling and the levels are going to slow. And then our Pokeballs are going to start to run thin. Right now, we have like a lot of Pokeballs because we've leveled so much. So, we've done in the last 2 days 11 levels. So we've got all the rewards from all 11. And our bag, I think, is filling up a bit. Now we got 30 slots left. Look at that. One rare candy. Woo! Still 100 Pokeballs. Man. They're keeping us fed. There's another 3,000 points. I think that's going to bump us, I think. Unless we already got bumped. I'm losing track. Okay. There we go. So what else is new? How's everyone doing? I'm curious if Nick is still there. I don't like calling people out on stream because I know sometimes people stop by to say hi and then they're not there anymore. And then you look dumb when you call someone out and you're like, hey, and you ask them a question, and then they're gone. It's like, okay, that was awkward. But Nick, if you're still there, have you tried the Go-tcha yet? I'm curious about how awesome that is. All right, level 12. We got some great balls on that one. I'm still here, but yeah, I didn't want to look dumb, you know. You gotta be careful on stream, man. You already like. Well, one thing I learned is that there's gonna be awkward moments on stream. It's just gonna happen. One time, my daughter came down and she was like creeping like right back here where the people could see her, but I couldn't see her, and it was so weird because I was like, I feel something behind me, like, and I couldn't quite see, and then she came up to the side, and I was like, hey, what are you doing, you know? So there's awkward moments, but also you have to realize that I think with streaming, there will be people who like you, and they'll watch you, and then there's going to be people who don't like you, and they won't watch you, and it's that easy. It's not like, and the people who don't like you, they're not, you know, the enemy, you know, they prefer something different, you know. I realize that like my jokes have gone into dad joke zone, you know, because I'm a dad, you know. It's just like, you know, I can't be super hip anymore. I just can't. I'm not. And so, not that I'm saying everybody wants a hip streamer. I don't think so, you know. Like I said, I think everybody, you know, they find their own tribe, and you know, if you do it long enough, you'll find a tribe streaming. All right, let's look at the chat. We got you love it. All right, so the gotcha is pretty cool stuff. Um, did a few laps and caught so many Pokemon, tons of dust. Oh man, and even got items. Yeah, a gotcha is. Oh man, I'm falling behind here. I'm actually gonna look this up real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. Um, and then we got a follow from Daniel. Thank you for the follow, Daniel. Appreciate that. See, our tribe is growing. Um, so the gotcha is a device that you can automatically spin stops and catch Pokemon with. So it's super cool, and just really neat device. So if you're looking for something that, like, if you're working a lot, you want to play Pokemon Go, like, it would be good for this baby account, right? If I used the gotcha and just like wandered around with it and just let it level up, you know. Hi Daniel, welcome to the stream. I appreciate that. Uh, Toasty Nacho 4, welcome to the stream. Appreciate the follow. Um, I can't be hip. Never been hip. I always wanted to be cool, man. I've always wanted to be cool. I'm gonna leave this. This is my Amazon affiliate store. But if you go there, you can see there's a Pokemon Go category, and in there is the gotcha. And the gotcha is basically that thing that I was telling you about, where you can, like, without pressing a button or anything, you could just automatically catch Pokemon, automatically spin stops, and you just have to like have it, connect it. And you don't have to use your phone or anything like that. You put your phone away, it'll just automatically catch them. So kind of cool device. Yes, so Daniel, also Toasty, I got your question in the chamber. Don't worry, I'm going to hit you up with that. So stick around if you want to hear that. I got your question in chamber. Daniel, if you want to add the account, this is a brand new Pokemon Go account. We started it yesterday, and we're trying to level it up as fast as we can. We're doing it on stream so you can see all the different things we do. We just did a YouTube video for the day one. So if you want to see what happened in day one and how we got to level 10 or 9 rather, you can look at the YouTube, which is !poke YT in the chat, and that'll take you to the YouTube. But to add as a friend, !pogo FC. Just put !pogo FC. That'll give you the friend code, and then you can add me. And that would be great. I'd love you to add me so that we can get our 3,000 XP. We can send you a gift and, you know, have a good thing there. So Thanks, Zuko. Zuko hit you with both of those. So Zuko hooked it up for the YouTube and the friend code. Okay, Toasty Nacho. Good question about streaming. Can you help me with my stream? You only have 5 followers. Okay. First thing I'm going to say, forget about the followers. Forget about them. Streaming is hard. Okay, I don't stream a lot. This week I have streamed every day. I used to stream every day for months, and I used to stream Pokemon TCG. Okay, so I streamed the Pokemon TCG. I grew a pretty nice following. I made affiliate and all that stuff. I had plenty of subscriptions and that kind of thing. And then it just got like to the point where I'm like, I'm tired. It's hard for me to be excited about this game. It's hard for me to just really perform, to come on stream, to talk with you all and have a good thing. So what I'm going to say is like, here's the thing. You got to love what you're doing. Okay. You got to enjoy it. You got to enjoy being here. I enjoy being here with you. I hope you can tell that. I enjoy talking. I enjoy answering questions, doing Pokemon Go, trying to get our account leveled up. It's fun. If you enjoy what you're doing, you will get followers. Okay. You will get followers if you enjoy what you're doing, because people will tell, oh, they enjoy what they're doing. And like I said before about the tribes, okay, your tribe will start to form. People will start to say, oh, I like that person. I want to watch them more. Or I enjoy, some people it's just a voice thing. They like the voice. They like the way it sounds. Some people it's like the attitudes or the ideas, or, it doesn't matter really why. People like you for different reasons. People dislike you for different reasons. I think you can spend a lot of time trying to focus on trying to make people like you or trying to get people to follow you. And that time would be better spent just enjoying your stream, being consistent. That's one of the big things about building a following on stream, and why I don't have a lot of viewers right now is because I'm not consistent. If I had a schedule and everyone knew at this time I'm going to be there and people got used to it, it would be easier for them to show up. So I'm going to, after the soapbox, I just gave you the soapbox, right? Enjoy streaming, do what you enjoy, and people will come. That's the soapbox. That's the philosophy advice, right? I'm going to give you the practical advice now, okay? This is like, in doing that, you're just coming off a 3-month stream. Yeah, exactly. I have not streamed in months. And even before that, I did not stream at all, So what I will say is, in doing that, there are some things you can do that will help your follower count grow. Because even if you're loving what you're doing, if there's nobody there, then you can't build a tribe, right? So first thing I'll say, consistency. Set a schedule, stick to it. Treat it like a job. You got to be there every day that you say you're going to be there, and enjoy it. Be there, be present, do what you got to do. That's going to be hard sometimes because you're mentally, nobody holds the perfect mental capacity to do that. But if you do it, you'll be rewarded. So that's the first thing. Second thing, network. So you want to network with people. You want to network with other streamers. Look for streamers who are of your ilk. Okay. That means streamers who are doing the same stuff that you're doing. A. B. Streamers that have the same follower count, right? You want to enter the scene with streamers who are equal to you, so to speak, in clout and have similar followings, right? So you can share your followings. Each of you can use your platform to grow the other platform. That's the mutual growth is the idea there. And when I say clout, I don't mean it as like a bad thing. I'm in school and I'll try my best. Thanks. Awesome. And I know school is important. And so it could be hard to be in school and stream, right? But you have to decide how important is streaming, Oh, thank you, Daniel. Thank you for the ad. how important is it to stream for you? And if it's important, then you got to make the time for it, right? Um, I'm enjoying doing this with the new Pokemon account. Like, that's why I'm streaming it, because I said, oh, this will be cool. I had a lot of questions when I came back to playing Pokemon Go. I think other people do. I'm going to just put this out there, and I'm going to put YouTube videos out there. And at the very least, what's going to happen is I'll at least have a few YouTube videos where people can look at it and just kind of use it as a reference. And I could tell my friends, hey, if you want to get into Pokemon Go, you can look at this YouTube video, and it might help you at the very least, right? I don't have a lot of high hopes for the stream, because I'm not sure that I'm dedicated to making those hopes become a reality, right? I looked at the money that you can make from streaming, and in my estimation, it was not worth it. I had some pretty successful months when I was doing a lot of streaming, and I looked at those months, and even those months, I'm like, you have to grow you have to be pretty big to hit the numbers where it makes sense to stream money wise. For me, for others, it might be different because everyone's lifestyle is different. I'm married with 2 kids, and I have expenses, and it's not going to work. Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Daniel. I'm over here catching Meltons like it's my job. Yeah, I'm gonna jump out and I'll accept the friend request and we'll exchange some gifts. I really like the gift system in Pokemon Go because it's fun to give gifts. 50 steel type. We're meddling up there. Oh, we got a gift here from Happy as well. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate the gift. Yeah, but I could go on and on about streaming, content creation. I've been a writer in the Magic the Gathering space for a very long time, so I've written a lot of content. If I write articles, I get paid for it. I don't write articles all the time for the same reason that I don't stream all the time. I don't like to produce content unless it's something that I'm enjoying. And with the Magic stuff, if I don't have something to say, I'm not going to write about it, even if I could get a paycheck for it. So I'm happy to answer any content questions. If you want to get a hold of me on Twitter, you can do that. You could just put !poke Twitter. !poke Twitter. Or right there, Medina_PKMN. That's my Twitter account. You can shoot me direct messages, ask me any question you want. I'll give you my best answer. And, you have to take it with a grain of salt because I'm just a dude. I don't have it all figured out. But, I do want you to succeed. I want you to be happy. And so, try my best to give good advice. All right. Melton's being a little bit, he's being a little bit disobedient. He doesn't want to get in the ball. All right, we got him. We have an understanding with Melton now. Okay, so I was gonna look at the candy. Let's see how we're doing on candy. Also, let's see about gifts. All right, no gifts yet. Let's look at the candy. 195 candies, and we have 14 minutes on the Meltan Box. So one more Meltan Box and we can evolve a Melton. And I think that's going to be on the next show. So next time we come on, will be the next one. If the next one is in 3 days, it'll be a Meltan Box. If the next one's tomorrow, then it won't be a Meltan Box because you can only do it every 3 days. I'm going to transfer that. Again, I'm not seeing the IVs that I want. I would like 100% Melton because I would like a raid attacker. Now, I showed you the PvP IVs, but right now I'm not really looking for PvP. I want Pokemon that I can take to a raid because I want to be someone who can be useful in raids because raids are where you get the better Pokemon that you're going to use to raid. And so once you get your squad filled out, then you can start thinking about PvP. So my focus right now is raid attackers. So I'm gonna try that out. Um, I'm gonna have to think about what the next thing we're gonna do is with this account. So I haven't figured out yet. If you have ideas, let me know. But the next thing we're gonna do to evolve, I don't know if I'm gonna go catch. Maybe I'll go out for an afternoon catching. I'll record it. I'll play it through stream and we'll talk about it. Um, or you know, maybe yeah, I don't know. Maybe we'll just do the friend strat where we're just adding a bunch of friends. Maybe that's the play. Let's get another Meltan here. Come on, Meltan. And when you see me spinning the ball like that, that is a curve ball. And I showed you how to do that on that YouTube channel. So, if you want to go back and look at the day one stuff, I actually gave a demonstration on how to throw a curveball. Ooh, PvP stats. I want to look at that one right now. Let's break up the monotony a little bit. Let's check it out. I'm gonna put the little screen up here, and then I'm gonna switch apps and grab that. Let's take a look at the PvP here. Okay, it's not great. It's a 76 in the Great League. So we're gonna transfer that out. I thought it was great. It was not great. Oh, did I? We'll do that later. In the early levels of the account, do you prioritize raiders or just dealing with the pokes you're dealt? Well, we are okay. So we have a certain hand. We have to play it the way we're dealt it, right? So we're gonna catch whatever Pokemon we're gonna catch. We can't control which Pokemon we're gonna catch unless we're raiding. If we're raiding, we know what the raid boss is, and we know, what the deal is. So my priority, I would prioritize getting, focusing on raiders. What I mean by that is, you're gonna have to use your candy and your Stardust and your Pineapp Berries, right? There are some resources that you have to use. So where do you put the resources? That's the question, right? Pineapp Berries in the early. Thank you, Daniel. I'm gonna open up that gift in just a minute. Pineapp. Wait a second. Did we just get a Dweeble? What was that? Was that just a spawn? I was like, what's going on here? Okay, so Pineapp Berries are a 10 bug type. You definitely want to hit those metals because the metals are going to help you catch Pokemon better. Pineapp Berries are a resource in the early stages, right? People don't really understand that. I don't think. I didn't understand it when I first started playing, but you want to double the candies of the things that you're going to prioritize evolving, right? So I want to evolve these Meltons. Pineapp Berries would help us get there faster because it would double the candy, but we can open this box every 3 days. So maybe we don't want to use the Pineapp Berries because, first of all, we don't have any Pineapp Berries right now. So we need to spin some stops and stuff to get them. But I'm just saying, if I had Pineapp Berries, the question would be, would I use them to get to the Melton faster, or would I just figure the Melton is the Melmetal is a foregone conclusion? I can keep grinding these boxes as many times as I want every 3 days. So 3 a.m. All right. Well, 3 a.m. in your country. Wow. What country are you in, if you don't mind me asking? But yes, I totally understand. Have a good night. Thank you so much for stopping by the stream. You can catch the rest of it on YouTube, and I appreciate you following. We're going to open up the gift here. Oh, look at that. Shiny Magikarp. Daniel's got a shiny Magikarp. He's flexing. The Faroe Islands. Wow. Yeah, we'll send over a gift to you as well, obviously, to be nice. Keep, if people send you a gift, you got to send one back. So have a good night. Thank you again for stopping by. So I would, the answer to that is keep the Pineapp Berries and focus them on things that you're going to want to be raid attackers. Um, and there are some raid attackers that I like. Here's a good example. So Sneasel, which becomes a Weavile. Weavile can be a dark attacker or an ice attacker. So I would like to get a good Weavile. So when I see Sneasels, I might use those on, I might use Pineapp Berries on them. Another example is Eevees, right? I might use Pineapp Berries to use Eevees because Eevees are plentiful, and you can make them into like a second or third rate attacker. They're not going to be like the top attacker. Like if you look at something like like ice, right? The best ice attacker, what is it? It's Mamoswine. Okay, maybe you don't know that, but now you know it. Mamoswine is the best ice attacker. So you can still make a Glaceon, and Glaceon is not going to be as good as Mamoswine, but it's what we have access to, and so we should like focus on getting a Glaceon because that's going to be what we have access to in the lower levels right now. Also, Mamoswine and Swinubs and stuff like that, they're hard to find. They take a long time, right? So let's get some functional attackers. Another one is like Machop versus Hariyama, right? Machop is something that's harder to get. So Machamp is harder to get. He's like one of the better fighting Pokemon you can have, right? But he's not as accessible. So maybe you go with Hariyama. Hariyama is they're pretty common. The Makahitas or whatever they're called. I don't know how to. Maybe one of the reasons you watch this stream is because I don't know how to pronounce these Pokemon names. But those low evolution Hariyamas, Makahitas or whatever, they're available. So I might hit those with Pineapp Berries because I want to get a Hariyama as soon as possible so I can have a attacker. Does the name trick still work on Eevee? So in case you don't know, the way that you get certain evolutions is using a certain name. And we're going to do that on the stream once we get a good Eevee to evolve. You can name the Eevee something and then it will become the thing you named it. Okay? That still works. Other than that, there's other ways to evolve them. Sometimes, like with a Glaceon, you have to use like a glacial lure. Whoops. I want to praise it before I transfer it. Okay, now I want to transfer it. I'll show you the Eevee trick in a minute. I'm gonna catch these Pokemon first though, so that and we're not gonna evolve the Eevee tonight because I want to kind of wait a little bit to see if we can get a better Eevee. I want like a, would be nice. What people say is you should not invest. The kind of general rule is that you should not invest like resources into something that's less than 93%. So, if you get an Eevee that's a 91% or an 80%er, you don't want to invest resources. You want to wait till you have something that's like 93%. I don't know if we're going to do that. Maybe we'll go down to 91% or something like that. I'm not sure. Melton, knock it off. We should also feed our buddy, so that we can try to get hearts and stuff like that. Because the more hearts you get, you can get the catch assist, which means when Melton like hits it with his head, then your buddy will go back in and smack it back at Melton or other Pokemon, which I think is very cool. My wife picked up on that right away and started using it, and I was like, hey, that's cool. I still have not done it on my main account. But it's something you should do if you're trying to maximize Pokeballs and stuff like that. Okay. We're winding down on the, I was going to say incense, on the Meltan Box. Winding down a bit. This has given us a nice boost in dust. It's given us a nice XP boost. And it's given us some Meltan candies to work with. So, look forward to another riveting episode at some point of us catching Meltons. But after this thing winds down, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do some little cleanup tasks. We're gonna check some things out, and then we're gonna look at our medals, and then we're gonna call it a night. So we got about 3 minutes left in the box. Why is this battle thing still like? It has a little message. Oh, we're gonna look at the Eevee thing. I'm gonna show you the Eevee thing. I'm not gonna evolve, but I'm gonna show you the trick. I should look up right now. Evolutions. I bet you Leduc has a graphic for it. Yeah, they do. They do. Okay, here it is. Okay, here's the graphic. I'm actually going to paste this in the... I'll leave this in the... I'm going to leave this in the... What do you call that? I'm putting it in the chat, but I'm also going to put it in the description of the video for YouTubers. And I should like start like queuing this stuff up that I'm supposed to put in the description. It's going to be like a whole bunch of work putting all that stuff in the description. All right, 1 minute. If I don't see another Melton for the next 3 days, I think I'll be happy. With the incense, you kind of get the, are we going to get a shiny, which is very suspenseful. Oh, that was almost a 0%er. I keep my 0%ers just because it's fun, It has no use. I could see, though, if you get a 0%ers, if you get enough of them, you could probably do like a battle league, where you're like you and all your friends, or maybe us in the stream, we go, all right, we're going to only battle with 0%ers. That would be fun. Then you would be investing Stardust into 0%ers. That feels bad. It seems like not a responsible thing to do. Oh man, that's probably the best one we have. It's not even, I don't think even it's 91% even, but we're going to check it because that's the best one so far. 36 seconds. How many Meltons can we get in 36 seconds? That sounds like a rich man's game for sure. Yeah, it's like, you definitely don't want to, it's hard to, as it is to manage your resources in this game, you definitely don't want to be like, oh, I'm going to battle with 0%ers. Some people do baby Pokemon battles. It's like, once you've maxed everything out and you have like full accounts, I don't, but I've seen people who have that. They fight with the baby Pokemon. Baby Pokemon are only hatched in eggs. So if you do eggs only in your search bar, eggs only, you'll see your baby Pokemon. And if they're shiny, they trade very well. People really go crazy for those shiny baby Pokemon. All right. Caught I think that might be our last Melton of the night. It was not 100%. We did catch a nice collection of them to go through. Let's take a look at these appraisals. All right, I think all 4 of those are going to go. Let's get them out of here. Again, you can't select them like I did the other ones. You have to do them one at a time, which is annoying. But at least we didn't have to do 60. When we got to the end of the stream, we had already checked and transfer. Okay, we got some Meltons. I'm going to check the PvP of these. Oh, what do we got here? We didn't check these either. We'll get rid of these two. I'm going to check the PvP and the ratings of these. I may not do that on stream just because it's tedious. As you saw, I did check one on stream, or a couple, so you got to see what it looks like. But okay, we got some of those. Let's check our medals. These medals are important because as you get catch assist, right? So right now you get +1 catch assist, and then now that we caught 50, we get +2 catch bonus. Sorry, not catch assist, catch bonus. And then we'll get +3 once we hit 200. So that means when we're dealing with like a bug Pokemon, we get +1 now, which is cool. So let's check our stats here. We need another 1,540. 1,540, and we'll go to level 13. So if we had one more friend interaction, we could go into level 14 tonight. That's probably not going to happen. Let's see. Do I have another 1,000 somewhere? Making 10 great throws with 1,000, but I didn't do it. Evolve 2 Pokemon or power up a Pokemon 5 times. I don't even think there's any Pokemon I want to power up 5 times. Yeah, okay, we're going to save that stuff. We're going to just wait till next time for the thing. Let's look at the Eevee Trick, and then we'll sign off for the night. So with Eevee, I'm going to show you something. If you rename this Eevee, right? And I put the link in the chat so you could see all the different names. But like, let's say you wanted a Glaceon. If you name this Ray, and it only works once for each type as far as I understand. Now look, boom. Look at where the evolve is. You see a Glaceon in there. See? Now, if you go back to Eevee, it's a question mark. See? So when you're doing the name trick, if you want to know that you have the name right, you just want to look down there and see if it looks like the Pokemon you're trying to name to. But anyways, appreciate everyone hanging out. Thank you so much, Zuko, for being a super awesome mod and being here, leaving new friend requests. Oh, you sent a new... Uh-oh. Hold on. We're not done yet. We might actually get to that level. There's one friend. All right. Oh man, let's send Danielle a nick in with the assist. Let's send Danielle a present. Once Danielle opens our present, or we open a present from Danielle, we will go into level 13. Level 13 in 2 days. Now, this has been about 2 hours of playing, 3 hours of playing. Because last time we did a stream for an hour, this time we're going on an hour and 40 minutes. This has been a long stream. Whew. But I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna wait for the gift to be open or whatever, so we can cross the threshold. And appreciate that, Nick. Thank you. I appreciate you hanging out too, man. Thanks, buddy. It's nice to have fellow friends, along for the ride as we do the Pokemon Go stuff. We talked about some interesting things tonight. Ethics. There we go. Boom, level 13. Thank you so much, Nick and Danielle, for getting us to level 13. Feels good, man. Feels good. That's a high note to end the stream on. Again, appreciate you all. Is Twitch something you can do? All right, we'll end on this comment here. Is Twitch something I could do for some side money in high school? Look, yes, of course. I'm just thinking of how hard it is to get to the point where you're earning that kind of money. Like, you got to think about it, right? How many subscriptions do you need? Like, how much money do you want? Start with the money and work backwards, right? Like, let's say you want, 200 a week? 200 a month? What does side money look like for you? You know what I mean? And then if you think about it from we'll pull out the trusty old calculator. So like, if you want, let's just put the number at 200, whether it's 200 whatever, 200 a month, right? Which is really like $50 a week. That feels like a little bit, but I don't know, 200 bucks. Each subscription you get $2.50 from Twitch. So if you divide 200 by 250, right? $2.50. Then you need 80 subscriptions. So you need 80 subscriptions, right? So like if you break that down in a goal, right? Your first goal is to become affiliate, okay? That's your first goal. To become affiliate, you need 50 followers and you need an average of 4 viewers per stream, okay? So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to create some social media accounts. You're going to have to network. You're going to set up a schedule and start going after it. So the first goal is not even thinking about money, right? The first goal is getting those 50 followers and getting the 4 people. If you have 50 followers and you're on a schedule, you're going to get 4 viewers, every time. That's not usually a problem. So after you get to affiliate, you have to get to 80 subscriptions before you see that $200 a month. Okay, that's $200 a month. That's $50 a week. The cool thing is when people send bits or donations, that's a much better way for you to get support because they take less out of the bits, and they take, you only pay PayPal fees on the donations. So when you have a really good stream night, you might get $100 in bits and donations because people are vibing, they're feeling the stuff. So that could happen, but that doesn't happen without working it. It's like you're gonna have to at least be like, you probably want to be streaming at least 3 times a week on a schedule, and you want to be letting people know on your social media platforms. When you're not on stream, you're gonna want to connect with people in social media and on the platforms where your fan base is or whatever. You're gonna, thank you for the follow, Nick, appreciate it. You're gonna want to follow people. You're gonna want to go where the conversation is. You're gonna want to be there even when you're not streaming, because that's how people are going to get to know you. That's how people are going to become interested in your stream. So try it, okay? Give that a shot. I think there's other things you can do to make money. There are so many other things that you could do to make more money than Twitch as a side hustle in high school. Dude, I know a guy, he trades magic cards, right? But that's how I met him. But he sells shoes. He sells so much money in shoes, right? And he puts way less time than you would do into streaming in selling, Yeezys and Jordans and all these other shoes and making a nice profit. Okay, you could run an eBay account, not for shoes. I mean, you could do it for shoes, but you could do a retro video game eBay account or a collectible card game eBay account or some other eBay. There's an eBay hustle. If you just look at YouTube and stuff like that, there's going to be all these videos that talk about how to make money doing eBay. You could do eBay. You could sell shoes on Instagram. You could, you could write. If you're a writer, you can write. You get paid per word, or per letter. There's so many things that you could do to write. People are looking for copy. Any talent or skill that you have, you can sign up for Fiverr or, any of these gig jobs, So, hey, think about what you want to do. I wish you luck. If you have any other questions, hit me up. Have a good night, man. And everybody else, have a good night. Thank you for watching the stream. And we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.